Well, let's just...
yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
It's already running out, asking.
All right. Well, finally, sad news. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja passes on this week. He died at the age of 56. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in a release by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, announced Lagbaja's passing. Tinubu, who expressed his heartfelt condolences to the family and the Nigerian Armed Forces during this difficult time, wished Lagbaja eternal peace and honored his significant contributions to the nation. Tinubu also directed the postponement of the Federal Executive Council meeting till another date to be announced in honor of the dead. In addition, Tinubu ordered that flags be flown at half-mast nationwide for 7 days in honor of the departed general. Born on February 28, 1968, Lagbaja was appointed Chief of Army Staff on June 19, 2023. President Tinubu, of course, it's quite very sad day, and sad one for the country, sad one for the family, and we hope that the family continue to bear the strength to bear this irreparable loss. Now, a sad one for us. We lost a gallant soldier who was being lauded for his courage, a man who would advance with his troops, a servant leader he was called and tagged, who led from the front. How did you take this news when you heard? I
took it. It hit me hard because...
Right.
Once a person, there is so much investment that is lost.
Yeah.
So much investment to get an officer to
that caliber.
So much money has been lost by the Nigerian government. So much expertise, so much skill. And he happened to be one of those officers who was indeed loved by the rank and file of the Nigerian army, especially the people at the lowest rung of the Nigerian army. So it's a huge loss, not just to the family, who I take this opportunity to commiserate with, to his community, to Osun State, to the governor of Osun State, and to the Nigerian army. So I feel so sad. I pray that all other officers who are practically maybe entering into his shoes now, or probably going to be taking on his roles and responsibilities in future, they have a lot of his templates to actually work with.
Okay.
So a lot of welfare too, his welfare initiatives also credited to him. So I'm very, very happy with the life he has lived. Okay. And I pray again that God should grant his family and his state and everybody that loves him and the Nigerian army the fortitude to bear the loss.
Now, maybe very quickly, the way and manner this news broke out, all right, some felt it didn't seem befitting for a personality like General Lagbaja. At first, there was denial he was sick. Another report came out that he went for a medical checkup and would be back, especially with the back and forth. What was your reservation concerning that? Was it a security tagged?
Well, I have no reservation about that because, 3 months, he was not seen in public. Obviously, even among the rank and file, there will be rumors about what happened, what have not happened, and these things usually get out. But, with things that are sensitive as this, especially with the security situation, you have a new terrorist group, Lukrawara, whatever name they have, and a lot of security sensitivity around it. You have to give time for the presidency and the national security apparatus.
And even the military.
The military, yes, to be able to brace themselves up and then look for a replacement that can fit in, In fact, we have a chief of army staff in acting capacity, so I don't know if it's been confirmed substantive. Yes. But, these things happen with this kind of situation. Nobody can really tell what had transpired, when he died, when he did not die, the rest of that. But the thing is a sensitive situation.
Was security sensitive?
Yes. So I don't think anybody should even want to really know what has transpired. Again, he never owed us any this about his personal health. It was not our business. So far as he could perform his duties, as required by the Constitution, leading the Nigerian army. And he did that excellently well. He's a sound soldier, an infantryman, an alumnus of the Nigerian U.S. War College. So you see the level, capacity of soldier he was.
Just like he said.
Yes. We've lost millions down the drain to train him, his family, the nation, his state. These are the things we should look at. And his replacement, not when he died, whatever rumors that broke out from when, it's really it's irrelevant to the situation of things,
Now, just to general, I know you're not a soldier. I don't want to bother you too much with some of the technicalities of the battlefield, but we lost another gallant soldier in active service. Remember, we also lost General Tahiru some time ago.
Yes.
Now, moving forward, how long do we continue to lose our best soldiers in active service? Do you think that more should be done in preserving the lives of these people, or we should just resign to fate that this is the call of a soldier? There's always a time to come and go because of what they have signed.
Okay, for this one now is a natural. It's not as though he died in the face of battle, so we can't even really blame the Nigerian government for not providing the equipment for him to use to better protect himself.
But technically, you would say he died in active service?
Yeah, definitely. He died in active service. Yeah. But as for the other soldiers who we may say that, okay, they are losing their lives, maybe in droves, or since he appears as though the number has significantly reduced now, can we inspire them more? Can we motivate them more? Can we give them the equipment that they are yearning for in order to be able to preserve their lives and take the battle to these terrorists and to discourage them? We can't be having a situation where we have not even completely decimated Boko Haram. We're having other arms, new groups springing up. So we should decimate them to the point where they will be totally comatose. Just like ISIS now, Al Qaeda has been totally decapitated. So we should do everything we can to equip our soldiers, our everyday soldiers, not just the ones that are in rank and file, to ensure that they take the battle to these criminals.
All right. Membri, finally, before we go, what's your final thoughts on this? Now, Lagbaja was termed as a man who would lead soldiers at the front. He will be there with them for days, unending in the forest, see to the end of the battle before he returns back. Now, knowing the kind of motivation he was giving to his soldiers, I mean, what do we expect moving forward? Because when we lose a man of this magnitude, what comes to the mind of Nigerians is, where do we find another man in this caliber?
Well, the current chief of army staff, who happens to be the same set with him, is also qualified. He was in Operation Hadinkai, and he's also an infantryman. I learned he's also an infantryman, and he's been in the theater, the North East theater. So I don't think Nigeria has a problem with qualified soldiers. We do not have a problem with that. We have a problem with motivation of our troops. Motivation in terms of equipment, motivation in terms of welfare of our soldiers, and even in terms of even the retired personnel, because everybody looks at those who have retired, and you know, if I'm doing something, what is left for me when I'm out? Yes. So these are things. It affects not only the military, it affects the same thing we're talking about EFCC now. It affects every system, every arm of law enforcement. And without law enforcement, there cannot be a society. There can't be sanity in the society. Government can't function. So it is. We do not have shortage of soldiers. I think the current chief of army staff, whether acting or later substantive, is very much qualified, but I believe that the government has to do a lot in terms of welfare and equipment.
So, Membri, I must say thank you very kindly for your time on the show this evening.
You're welcome.
Hopefully we call on you again and you would answer us.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Welcome.
Justice General, thank you so much.
It's always my pleasure.
For your wisdom and
sense
of belonging. All right, and that's our show for today. Remember, you can follow the conversation on our social media platforms at TVC News NG or on our website at tvcnews.tv. I am Marco Tabo. Until next week, goodbye.